Hello YouTube and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showcasing another Cerebro deck. This one more of a Cerebro, would help if I could say it, 3 variation. So just like in my first video where basically every card's gonna have 2 power, and threw the Hazmat in there and Luke Cage combo because they buffed Hazmat to 2 power. Obviously everything in here is going to have 3 power because Cerebro here, your ongoing cards, your highest power cards get plus 2 power. So you got to keep everything the same just to make sure that every one of your cards is getting this buff. And then hopefully with the game, all goes to plan. Turn 3, you get Cerebro. Turn 4, Mystique, who copies Cerebro. You got everything 7 power by the end of it, which, hopefully you're winning a couple lanes with 21 power in it, because how it works out, you typically then get 3 cards in 2 of the lanes, and then, just kind of Cerebro and Mystique out there. Cerebro and Mystique, as I said, turn 3, turn 4. Sometimes it's better to hold them until final turn, whether it be turn 6 or turn 7, if you happen to get Magic down. Which actually, obviously gives you the 7th turn by changing a location into Limbo. So in this deck, also have Colossus, one of my favorite cards, just because I love Colossus and can't be destroyed, moved, or have its power reduced. Quake, just love Quake too for some reason, and sometimes just jumbling up the locations can mess with your opponent. Scarlett Witch, she can be a bit of a wild card because her on reveal replaces this location with a random new one, so you can win or lose games by throwing her down depending on what she turns it into. Sentinel, obviously 2 cost, 3 power. On reveal, add another Sentinel to your hand. So this is a good one to have just because you can kind of keep throwing Sentinels out there, and depending on how that game goes, you might end up with 4 or 5 Sentinels on the board. Cerebro and Mystique, as already mentioned. I threw Rogue into here just to steal other ongoing abilities. Seeing a lot of discards deck with use Morbius. If you run into a Zabu, you can kind of screw up their game plan sometimes just by stealing that. Or if they have a Dino or Ronin or something like that. So only 1 power, so it doesn't get the buff. Hopefully you're not necessarily stealing the Dino or Ronin, because then Cerebro gets a little messed up, but that still could be the case to, throw them off their game, and you could still potentially win it if you do lose those buffs and steal properly. Just gotta math a little in your head. Rhino here, another 3 power card, of course, and Ruins locations. Got our Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, that'll destroy their high-powered cards on the other side. Spider-Man, that'll keep them from playing cards, in a location for a turn. So preferably you're dropping him turn 5 or 6, depending on what the last turn of the game is. Magic, as I already mentioned, and threw Valkyrie into this one. On reveal, set all cards at this location are 3 power. So if, they have a bunch of cards on the other side, for some reason you might have used Shang-Chi already. Or if, your cards kind of get messed up from a Scorpion or something like that, you can drop a Valk, which will put everything to 3, and as long as you have Cerebro going, you should be winning that lane. And yeah, lots of location disruption in this one, just because with Cerebro decks, there's a lot of locations that can mess you up, whether it be things like Necrotia that take away power from yours, so that locations you're not getting the buff, or something, and it's blanking on the name, but there's one that gives all your cards plus 5 power. Xandar gives them plus 1 power, and those are going to take away the buffs from cards outside of those locations, so you're going to want to knock those ones out just so you can make sure Cerebro is buffing everything. So preferably Rhino you still have in hand after playing Scarlet Witch, just in case she puts something like that on the board and meshes you up. Alright, but with that said, let's jump into some games. Alright, Mystique opening hand, Sentinel Quake. Not the best opening hand, but can live with it. I'll probably just ignore Hala for this one. Don't want to lose my cards. Also, this one usually gets your power towards the end of the game, so I don't like losing Spider-Man. I usually get power towards the end of the game, so there's not much I can really do to win here. And this sucks for us. It won't retreat. It's not impossible to win. But now Cerebro will only buff the monster because I'm not going to get anything up to 9 power. So I probably wouldn't even play Cerebro on this one. So this would be a good one so you can see how it plays without using Cerebro. So destroying any of these, I probably don't want to hold myself to having to play here. So I'll just get rid of this one. So they're probably going to be playing a Dino deck. I guess I could get really funky. We'll do that and this just for fun. They are getting my magic. Do I think they'll play magic next turn? So yeah, I use Rhino ready, Scarlett Witch after, and everything's going to be moving. This will be fun. So now I'm going to be full here, which means now I can't even Shang-Chi this monster. So you can see some Scarlett Witch fun already. I probably don't want to stay in this one. What do I have left in my deck? Valk won't really be of help. At this point, Valk would have been good in this lane if it wasn't full. I guess I could potentially add 4 to him. They have 10 already here. I'll play this out. Let's see what they're adding. Okay, no. Oh. Lost myself another cube because now I can't even rogue this. This would have been a good one for rogue. So we're going to get out of this one, unfortunately. So it was uphill battle just from getting Monster Island. And then Scarlet Witch there kind of screwing me a little bit, turning that into Bifrost. Alright, let's jump in another one, and hopefully this one can go a little bit better. Dope avatar. Alright, I can live with that. Not that I actually have to worry about Shang-Chi's really at all, just because nothing I get goes up to 9. Everything will get up to 7. So not really worried for me. Alright, so they got their own Scarlet Witch. Mirror Dimension. So it can turn into Danger Room or Sakar. We'll Quake just for fun. They already have priority, which kind of stinks. So I could lose my Quake from this. If this jumps, Danger Room jumps to the middle, it will trigger after. Ooh, that stinks. Yeah, Cosmos ones you could throw into this deck too. It is 3 power as well. I probably should. 2 Danger Rooms. Do I want to crush one of them? I'll crush this one. And I would just get rid of probably just the Rogue that I threw in here for fun. Unlocked Rogue recently. Just a day or 2 ago. I can't even remember. It might even have been earlier today. So I figured, let me just throw Rogue in just for fun, kind of. Ugh. That stinks. That stinks. And I haven't even drawn Cerebro yet. This really stinks. And you know what? They're probably playing a Cerebro 3 deck as well. I kind of want them to keep priority. I think I'm still going to have to put 2 out here. Oh my lord. I was hoping to be able to Cerebro Mystique here. Why am I not drawing this? God, last 2 cards in the deck and they couldn't give it to me. Yeah, nothing I could do here. Because if they're smart, yeah, if they have their Cerebro, they can just play Cerebro right over there, and there's nothing I can do about it at this point. That's annoying. Alright, 2 really bad ones in a row. Hopefully we can get a good third one in here. Everything I have has an ability, so I don't necessarily have to worry about DC too much for me. But DC's one where, say you had, Cerebro 2 and you're using Misty Knight. Can't put Misty Knight there because it would throw everything off. Alright, most likely playing some sort of destroy deck. That'll help a little bit. What are the chances I actually draw Cerebro this time? So I kind of wish I had Cosmo now, because this would be a good lane to Cosmo, even though it looks like they're going to have priority anyways. Can't play after turn 4. I think I'm fine with that. So I'm ahead even if Wolverine jumps over here. Interesting, just using a Venom on that. Must not have had any of their other destroys, because that is a very weak Venom. 6 power is not the greatest for a Venom. Give me something. Why am I not getting Cerebro again? Do I just take a chance with a Scarlett Witch? Interesting. At this point, since they used Nova, they're not really going to have anything there. Oh my god. Don't play Scarlet Witch, guys. Don't play Scarlet Witch. Alright, they're not gonna have any way to protect you. Oh my god. It's annoying. And I don't draw again. So that does actually win there. I'm just gonna play it out, but you can take my cubes at this point. Very annoying game. We'll play one more. You can see some of the downfall of this deck. If you don't draw Cerebro, you're kind of screwed, unfortunately. Even if I got a turn 7 Cerebro draw there, would not have won that anyways. I'm gonna get rid of this just in case they have, Magneto or Polaris or something. Don't need them destroying my stuff. Hey, a Cerebro. Do I protect Cerebro? I can potentially get up to 7. No, I think we're gonna have to try to go with a turn 6 Cerebro into Mystique, but I probably won't be drawing my Mystique at this point. Right now I'm trying to win mid and left here, kind of ignoring. So they're going to have a Dark Hawk. Shut this down. And then if I'm lucky, 14 will win this. Now since I'm up over here already, still up here. Darkhawk is 2, so 2 ends up there. So that one's that. And then stealing the blue marble should just work. Take the extra point. Yeah, they must not have thought I could get extra power into here. So there we go. One good one at the end. So you see what can happen if you do actually draw your Cerebro. Didn't necessarily need to steal Rogue there. But with Cerebro, I do try to focus on just winning 2 lanes. It's really tough to win all 3. Not that it's impossible, but it is tough to win all 3 with Cerebro decks. You know, as long as the other, you know, your opponent's not getting super great output, you may have a chance. Which, yeah, I guess I might have been able to here, depending on how I played out, right? I technically only needed those 2 here, and I could have pulled 1 more out of there, but I guess I still wouldn't have won right lane here. But yeah, there you have it. Cerebro 3. It can work, but most of the time Scarlett Witch will screw you. Peace out, YouTube.